Part 2, input. Look at my input. 500 watts and 44,000 BTUs out. Okay? 44,000 BTUs out. Look at the size of my wire. Are we amplifying superconductivity? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Okay? Sorry to be a little hard-nosed on this, but I take what I do extremely seriously. Yes, you're going to eventually figure out, okay, that I'm extremely wealthy. This is not about money. This is about the photosynthesis cycle on our planet. Here's what's happening because it's worth the moment. During the photosynthesis cycle, the oxygen is not being propagated by the trees or the cyanobacteria that you saw in the Blooming reaction. Okay? So when that stops, we're stealing the food from our fish. When we're stealing the food from our fish, they can't eat. This is how thick our fuel is. This is fish food, okay? But it sinks down through the oil wells, and our fish are starving to death. So they don't defecate. When they don't defecate, the coral can't eat the algae that eats the defecation, which also feeds the shrimp, krill, and lobster and turns them red when you cook them. Okay? Now, the coral need the urine because they need to drink that urine. That's how they hydrate themselves. The urine gets pulled away, and cyanobacteria dies with electromagnetic chemicals like bleaches and fertilizers that does not break down in the ocean, by the way. Okay? And CO2 is not absorbed in the ocean by the coral if they don't have fish urine. It's pretty normal to understand in the boron cycle. Okay? Next, it fills up the oil wells. Fine, we need oil. That's fine. But if we don't have that cycle, then we don't have the oxygen that we need on the planet. We're literally going to suffocate to death before we worry about a melting ice cube. And CO2 is a symptom. It's not the cause. The cause is electromagnetism over the grid. I'm sorry to say it that way, and I've known it for 10 years, and I've given it in a whisper until I could figure out how to amplify it more to get it over the grid. That's what we're debenturing, okay? Puck to gaseous fuels and energy so we can take PG&E out of bankruptcy in my namesake. Distribution Westinghouse. Funding, self. Okay? Self-funded. Investment, BlackRock Incorporated. Separate persona, BlackRock Financial Depository, David A. Puckta, 1988. Just so you know. So, when we come over the grid at Niagara Falls and Hoover Dam, it will stop the man-made induced photosynthesis cycle in 3 heat cycles, starting with 3 days, attuned to 3 months. Okay? Under this video, there's a link that gives you the download of my investor white paper summary for the summit. So you can have it now. So you can get prepared of what we're bringing to the table. But I need to let you know that we're real. Okay? However, again, I'm going to diverge. Because the conjugate disorder that's happening over the grid from electromagnetism to cancer is well known. okay? It's well known that we're in a crisis situation. We got it. We got running viruses, and we've got runaway temperature, and we got runaway climate. We got that. We're tuned with that. But what happened was Nikola Tesla decided to copy the electromagnetic wave light from the sun using the polyphase generator. Okay? That's all fine and dandy, and he did a great job doing it. However, nobody could have predicted at that time that he was going to cause the standing waves to amplify up into the ionosphere and make the ionosphere carbon conductive. Okay? So but nobody knew that. So what's happening during the day? I've known this for 10 years, but I'm an applied physicist. I need empirical data before I open my mouth. So during the day, the columns of electricity are more understood as a water glass, because electricity, the BTU, heat and temperature in the joule were based on the basic principle of heating water 1 degree per pound to give you a BTU. Okay? And a joule is 1.6 BTU. However, during the day, the grid is supposed to, the earth is supposed to be full. The water glass is supposed to be full, but that's not the full truth. What's happened is we have the grid on, and it's technically a water glass and a half. And at nighttime, the grid's on more, okay? And the glass is supposed to be empty at nighttime, so photosynthesis can happen. Pretty simple, right? Yeah, pretty simple. But it's not. Okay, so the energy rises to the ionosphere and stops the linear magnetism, spelt M-A-G, okay, magna, with an A, T-I-Z-U-M, denoting magna, the earth, and the Z-axis in gravity physics and machining in general, okay? To give you the button that you're pushing on your phone in G code in Windows. So that glass at nighttime is over full. And so what happens is, in the standing wave principle, let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay? Give me a moment. Okay. When the light, standing wave principle, okay, you have an ocean wave. That is called a longitudinal node with an N. As the wave crashes and comes back, that's called another longitudinal node, okay? But in the standing wave principle, it becomes a longitudinal mode when the energy comes back and creates a tide or a tidal wave. A tidal wave, Fukushima, it was a standing wave. Same thing. Remember, electricity, water, gas, and sound and light, all engineered to the same principles. Now let me show you a physical demonstration of that. This light is Michael Faraday and Tesla. This light is Puchta. My name is David Puchta. See that? Standing waves in a fluorescent light bulb. Not to escape to the atmosphere. Pretty cool, huh? I think so. So because I'm kind of a cool person, we're gonna actually take this light off the ceiling and bring it with us so that you can see that there's nothing spectacular about this light, okay? Because that's called a control in physics. When you want to see something that I did, I'm not going to show you a photocopy, I'm going to show you the control, okay? Just a standard fluorescent light fixture. Look at the color of that light. Now, let's turn on Tesla. We owe Nikola Tesla a gratitude. That's why I took Westinghouse out of bankruptcy through BlackRock, okay? Don't worry. Don't worry, okay? Don't worry. You can see the color difference. Pucta, purple, high efficiency light. Michael Faraday, Tesla, no. Okay? So, how do we check that? There's only one way to really possibly check that. Okay? This is called a lux meter. So we know how many looms are coming out of the light, okay? Watch this. Dirty shop floor. You're a worker. Six. Same height. Over double the light efficiency, okay? Running off this standard polyphase Nikola Tesla generator that's in all power plants today. We were able to change the condensed matter ordering of the wire and make the wire superconductive without taking it apart. You're gonna have to watch the other videos now on my superconductivity Pucta chains, where we take carbon to graphene in the wire. And now the carbon, instead of a bound ball where the electrons have to go around the outside like this, okay, like this, these are magnetically put together. And so the principle of the Cooper pair is this. You see that? And the electrons create heat. But in the Pucta chains, Cooper, honorable, Cooper, which was a theory until I could see it on the oscilloscope. Now, it's Cooper Pucta chains, like a chain, okay? And the electrons can tunnel through the wire because it's like now a revolving door. Carbon is round, graphene is flat, like a hotel door, okay? There's a deeper understanding on the video chain that you're going to see in this playlist. However, we can do this over the existing equipment. The debenture that I'm requesting is so that we can purchase the bond for this power plant that was $20 billion to build, and they're going to pay me $26 million to take it off their hands. But I need the bond. No problem. No problem. Thank you. You're going to give me $26 million to fire up your power plant? Sure. Not a problem. Not a problem. Okay? So we're suitcasing everything, and we'll see you soon. Okay? There was your basic tour of our facilities. Oh, one more thing. Because I like empirical data, meters all open. Okay? Bring your own meters, bring your own third-party validators, bring everybody that you want to test hot fusion with. Okay, I don't care who you bring. Bring the top scientists in the world. We'll have BTU watt meters hooked up so that you can see everything is open. And you can see the power and the energy yourself. Because we accomplished this by defeating the competition with milestones. Thank you and have a good day. We're bringing a rock concert in our own open symposium at the Forum, our own venue. So you guys can touch and feel and hear the Ripple Radio. See you there. Santa Clara Convention Center. March 23rd, youngstartups.com. David Pukta, Governing Chair, Proton Spin Technology.